WDW Radio, your information station.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to WDW Radio Live. I am Lou Mangello, and this is the WDW Newscast for Wednesday, February 11th, 2015. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am here, as I am every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, to help you have not just the best possible Disney vacation experience, but to bring you a little bit of Disney magic wherever you are with this live broadcast, the podcast, the blog, videos, special events, books, audio tours, and more. Whether you are a first-time visitor or you want a deep dive into the history, secrets, stories, and details, there is something here for you. You can check out everything by visiting WDWradio.com. And I am really, really excited for tonight for lots of reasons. And I want to really start off tonight's show by saying thank you to everybody, to all of you watching or listening or on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and email and everything else for all the well wishes this past weekend for the 8th anniversary. Even if you weren't there in person, I know you were there with me in spirit. Oh, speaking of thanks, I got to say huge thanks, by the way, to MagicYourBand.com. They came up with a cool set of custom Magic Band covers, which were personalized for everybody who was at the event. It was a nice little surprise for everybody. We've got these custom bands here. Everybody who's going to be part of WDW Radio Nation is going to get a custom Magic Band cover as well. And if you visit MagicYourBand.com, they have a ton of designs you can choose from, or you can customize your own with text, your own photos, image, personalize it however you want, customize it and decorate it. It is very cool. And like I said, if you are a member of WDW Radio Nation, by the way, thanks to everybody who's done that, you will be getting a Magic Band as well. And there's also some more that is going to be coming too. And like things like these iPhone cases, gave out a bunch of iPhone cases this past weekend. And well, I don't want to give too much away at the beginning. Again, thank you to everybody for the past 8, which is really 10 years of supporting me and the show. I love you guys, and I mean that sincerely. And all this talk about the 8th anniversary is actually going to lead me right. We're going to just bypass the news this week, right? We're going to get, well, we'll not bypass it, but we're going to get started really by talking about this big announcement. I hinted on Facebook and Twitter that I had a big announcement, which is actually going to tie into the anniversary, which is actually going to tie into this week's news. So I am not going to beat around the bush. I am not going to preface this too long. But thinking about this year's 8th anniversary, I already start thinking about what's next, right? What's ahead, what the future holds, and what we can start doing. And can anything be more perfect? Can anything be more perfect than the 9th anniversary and Star Wars and a cruise? I think not. So on February 6th, 2016, we are going to have 7 nights of fun and friends and Star Wars aboard the Disney Fantasy. We are going to celebrate the WDW Radio 9th anniversary with a Star Wars cruise. If you visit WDWRadioCruise.com, you can get more information. You can also check out the events page over at WDWRadio.com. I want to tell you a little bit more about it because it really does tie into the news. Because this morning, Disney announced that starting in early 2016, the Disney Cruise Line guests are going to be able to celebrate the adventures and characters of Star Wars in a brand new event called Star Wars Day at Sea. It is the first official appearance of the heroes and villains aboard the cruise line. And it's going to combine sort of the magic of Star Wars and the magic of Disney together for a day at sea while you're on the Disney Fantasy. It's more fun than you can possibly imagine. It's gonna transport you not to a galaxy far, far away, but the Western Caribbean. Love Cozumel, love Grand Cayman, and it's gonna have a full day of Star Wars themed celebrations. I'm laughing. People in the box are just like ecstatic. There's gonna be a deck party celebration, meet and greets with your favorite Star Wars characters, Star Wars themed activities for the younglings. Midichlorian count must be very, very high. Lots of different food and beverage offerings. You had me at food, exclusive merchandise, lots more. Also, the only at-sea screenings of episode 7. There's going to be some Jedi training stuff going on. And of course, we are going to have our own slate of events. The planning is already in the works. It totally derailed me today when I saw this come out online. I'm not saying that you need a costume, but you might want to start thinking about one now. Runners, running team, Castaway Key 5K, lots of opportunities there. Door decorating, fish extender exchange. You never know what else we have in the works. Certainly we're doing a live recording while we're on there. We'll celebrate the 9th anniversary. The plane is already in flight for this one. Like I said, my schedule for today was pushed to the side as we started planning for this already. So there's really going to be only 8 cruises, January 9th and 23rd, February 6th, our cruise, February 20th, March 5th, March 19th, April 2nd, and April 16th. Again, it is going to be a one-day sort of Star Wars day at sea on the cruise. And obviously the rest of the cruise is packed with all the awesomeness that is the Disney Cruise Line. I am super, super excited about this. Again, if you visit WDWRadioCruise.com, you can get a free, no-obligation quote from our sponsor, who is, of course, Mouse Fan Travel. And I highly, highly recommend, if you are interested at all in this cruise, you get a quote now. These cabins are going to book up very, very fast. And obviously, the price goes up as the ship gets more crowded and as you get closer to the event. Again, we're going to be starting 7 days, February 6th, 9th anniversary of WDW Radio, one of the very first Star Wars cruises on the Disney Fantasy. It is going to be a blast. I cannot tell you how excited I am for this, because it really combines 2 of my childhood, and by childhood I mean adulthood loves, which is Disney and Star Wars. But let me get into some of the other news. And really, I want to sort of take a quick aside, because with Valentine's Day coming up this weekend, I think it really is all about sharing and expressing love, right? And I want to take this time real quick to express my love for somebody that I met a number of years ago. And over time, my love for this person has grown even more. But this past week, it reached a point that I did not know even existed. Now, it's not what or who you think, and this person likely doesn't even know the extent of my respect and admiration and appreciation for what they do. In fact, he might not even be aware of the bromance that we have. But after hearing what I heard this week and seeing what I saw this week, I didn't think I could love Kevin Feige anymore. But I will tell you, man, I do. And why, you ask? Because my man, Spider-Man, is back, baby. And this time, he is right where he belongs, alongside the rest of his family at Marvel. It was announced on Monday that a deal was struck between Sony Pictures and Marvel that, I can't even say it, that it's going to see a new version of the Web Slinger appear in an as-yet unspecified movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, that's the same universe that contains Iron Man and Thor and the rest of the Avengers. And the timing of this means that Spider-Man's likely to make his first Marvel appearance in Captain America Civil War in May of next year. Now, this doesn't mean that Sony is giving up all of the movie rights to Spider-Man. They're going to continue to finance and distribute, own, and have sort of final creative control of the standalone Spider-Man films. But Marvel Studios is going to be coming in to co-produce the next entry, which is now slated for July 28th of 2017. And they're also looking for additional ways to integrate characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe into future Spider-Man films. And he's going to appear, probably, like I said, in Captain America before his solo feature that's scheduled to arrive. That movie is going to be produced by the, as aforementioned, my man, Kevin Feige, and former Sony studio head, Amy Pascal. Now, we don't know who actually is going to be under the mask of Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was recently in the Amazing Spider-Man reboot. I would probably doubt that it will be him, so we'll see another new Spider-Man alongside Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans in Civil War, and that comes out on May 6th, 2016. I remember in the Marvel comic, Spidey is very much a part of that whole world. Bob Iger says, Spider-Man is one of Marvel's great characters, beloved around the world, and my personal favorite, by the way. He says, we are thrilled to work with Sony Pictures to bring the iconic web-slinger into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which opens up fantastic new opportunities for storytelling and franchise building. Oh, Bob Iger, with all the news this week, forget my love for Kevin Feige, Bob Iger, with the Star Wars news and the cruise and Spider-Man, I love you too, brother. You further continue to solidify your legacy as an exceptional CEO and leader of this company. I don't even know if there's any other news going on, because when I saw Star Wars Cruise and I saw Spider-Man, my brains collectively fell out of my head. People in the box are clearly as geeky as I am. Talking about both Marvel and the Star Wars cruise. I'm looking to see if anybody has any questions while we are going on. Somebody's asked about the dates again for the cruise. Again, we are going to be doing the February 6th, 2016 cruise on the Disney Fantasy. We're going to be celebrating our 9th anniversary collectively as the WDW Radio family. And we'll also be celebrating one of the first Star Wars cruises. If you visit wdwradiocruise.com, you can get a free, no obligation quote. This is going to be very, very cool. Really looking forward to it. And I look, as all these things are starting to fall into place, right? These acquisitions that Bob Iger made, and look, and the relationships, and Bob Iger made the Pixar deal happen, right? He's making the Marvel deal happen. He's made the Spider-Man deal happen, which needs to happen for a lot of reasons, whether you are an Avengers fan, a Marvel fan, or a Spider-Man fan. And you have to imagine what the possibilities are for these franchises in the future, coming to the parks, coming to the cruise line, coming to the West Coast, coming overseas. I think there's a lot of potential and opportunity going on there. So I am certainly incredibly, incredibly excited. Would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts, right? First, about the Star Wars cruise. Are you coming? If so, hopefully you're going to join us. And two, what do you think about, even if you're not a superhero fan or a Marvel fan, what do you think about what is happening with this company in terms of bringing the characters that need to be here into the fold? Look, I think the handwriting is on the wall that maybe that deal with Universal Studios Orlando in terms of the licensing and the rights to these characters may end up changing for a variety of reasons, possibly in the relatively near future. What does that mean for the potential of Marvel characters coming to Walt Disney World as well as Disneyland and other properties? Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff going on. Again, thank you to everybody who has become a charter member of WDW Radio Nation. If you want to find out how you can not only help support the show, completely optional, you can give as little as $1 a month, and depending on what level you contribute out, we have lots of great sort of rewards for you: scavenger hunts, Magic Band covers, logo gears, private video chats and Q&As, lots of other good stuff as well. If you visit wdwradio.com/support, you can find out more. I'd love to also hear from you on Twitter. I'm at Lou Mongello, facebook.com/Lou Mongello. And again, you can find everything else by visiting wdwradio.com. Big thanks again, real quick, to magicyourband.com for the awesome Magic Band covers and the iPhone cases that we celebrated this past week. That is going to do it for this week's show. Please join me again next week and every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here at wdwradiolive.com. I'm Lou Mongello. Thanks so very much for watching. Have a great night, everybody. See ya.